It is Darlington week, so we're throwing back to 3 weeks ago when Tyler Reddick last won a race because he captures another one at Darlington. Did an old school Darlington race deliver with higher horsepower for the first time in years, and a NASCAR driver was indefinitely suspended. And Alex, it's kind of about us. Uh-oh. And y'all said that our podcast don't need to exist. I think it does, actually. It seems like it does. I might have believed you before this week, but apparently some people are still homophobic.
Lots to talk about there. Lots to talk about.
We will get into that. But NASCAR was at Darlington, one of our favorite racetracks. Alex, you love Darlington.
I've said for a long time the Southern 500 should be the biggest race for NASCAR. It's not, but it's still a crown jewel. And the Darlington Spring Race, now that we've have 2 races there again last couple of years, I love it. The crowd was packed, by the way. And I was really happy to see that. I didn't know for sure if Darlington would keep the second spring date much longer, but that solidified it to me. It's keeping it. Like, that was awesome attendance.
Yeah.
Pretty good race. The aero package. We have the short track package at Darlington and Nashville now. So Nashville should be pretty fun. But Tyler Reddick gets his 4th win of the season. Ends a 2-race winless streak, Zach.
Mike Joy had me, Mike Joy be cringy and missing sometimes, especially talking about Grindr this weekend. More on that later. But he made up for all of it when he said 2-race winless streak. Like, that actually got a laugh out of me. Good one, yeah. Mike. Good one, Mike. Slay of the week, Mike Joy. I'll give it to that.
Yeah. This is the most wins in a single season for 23XI ever already. We are race 6 into the season.
Wow.
So that's something. Crazy. And I read on Twitter just before we started recording that Toyota in the Victory Lane press conference, whatever, they told the media that they are the first manufacturer since 2007 to win 5 of the first 6 races in a season.
That's neat because 2007 is when Toyota entered the Cup Series. That's kind of a full circle moment. Huh.
And it was Chevrolet who did that in 07.
And Chevrolet is the one looking kind of like 2007 Toyota right now, not being very strong, not to, not an actual comparison, but we'll talk about Chevy later. It does make you a little suspicious when you're like, yeah, Toyota has won like almost every race this year, and the one race they didn't win, it's like Christopher Bell almost won. So my first question is it going to continue? But some people are like, is it kind of suspicious?
Well, our Patreon member Blake asked us a very interesting question.
Oh, he's full of them.
We love you, Blake. Is it suspicious for anyone else about how good 23XI is this year? Blake isn't really buying that they have speed at every single track. But our friend Eric Estep put out a really good tweet, in my opinion, about this. He said, quote, "Something is fishy about 23XI's hot start to the season. It's not as if Reddick has just won a regular season championship before, has historically been great at COTA and Darlington, and he overcame a crash at Atlanta and had battery issues today at Darlington. Do I need to go on?" That's a really good tweet from Eric.
That is really good. It is just, in sports, this happens. There's luck. There is a certain amount of luck involved, as in, there's been bad luck for teams like the 12 team today having, pit road issues, but that's also kind of one of the things where you make your own luck. 45 team, they have not been putting themselves in too many bad situations to where they lose races. And they almost had that moment today with the battery issues, but they were still fast enough to overcome. It's kind of commendable to the point where it's like, I saw someone brought up today where, speaking of 2007, Jeff Gordon had a very dominant regular season in 2007, huge points lead, and it got wiped with 10 races to go. Tyler Reddick, long regular season ahead, but he's on that path. He's got a huge points lead now. He's looking very comfortable to be the points leader for the next month or so.
Easy.
It would
almost
suck.
100-point lead over second.
It would suck if he wins like 8 races in the regular season and then it all gets reset and then he has to fight for the championship. It would kind of suck, but long way to go. Still a little bit too early to be talking about that, but also not.
Yeah. if you do win the regular season point standings, you do get 100 points. Second place gets 75, so you go in with a 25-point gap over second. I do think you get much more for winning that this year, but there's a long way to go until lots of things can happen.
And you'll have the same points lead whether you win the regular championship by 1 point or 100 points. It'll be the same 25-point gap. So that's why it's like, it's not really going to scale.
Yeah. But something that I want to mention here is I've seen some people be like, I can't wait to find out what 23XI's doing to cheat right now. This happens all the time. Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon. You go back, Martin Truex Jr. in 2017. You could list anyone who goes on a run kind of like this. And are they cheating? Yeah, probably. That's what happens in motorsport. Sorry.
It's like technically they're not because they haven't found it yet. So
yeah, like
it's not cheating if they didn't find it. I'm just saying, that's motorsports.
Like, are they doing something? Yeah, probably. But that's part of how racing works.
It's also ingenuous to think that it's cheating. It could just be a secret. Like they did something with the setup and it's like, oh, this is making us faster. No one else knows about this.
Yeah.
That especially at the beginning of the next gen era, that's what it was all about. And they're, 23XI, they're able to kind of keep that secret at least within the Toyota circle. But seems like mostly to themselves because like Christopher Bell wasn't that fast today. Hamlin wasn't really that good. It's really
Hamlin
just
got up to like fifth, and then he fell back after he had that seemed like a loose wheel is what they thought it was. He never really recovered from it. He finished 11th, but
so I mean that's just how racing is, and it's honestly impressive. I mean we talk about like domination in Formula One or even like in older eras. You mentioned Martin Truex Jr., Hendrick. But that's when they were still building and fabricating the bodies and stuff. Like it's so much harder to get like a performance gap these days, especially for it to be 23XI. That's not Hendrick. That's not JGR. It's not Penske. Technically, it's not JGR, but that's really impressive that they're able to do this. So I think we should appreciate it a little bit.
For sure. And another team I want to highlight here is Roush Fenway Keselowski. Wow.
This is more suspicious to me. This is more suspicious. RFK, you're not supposed to be running this good.
They were 1, 2, 3 for part of stage 2. Brad Keselowski swept both stages. He led 142 laps. Chris Buescher was almost in contention to win at one point before he had his issue with Reddick while trying to pit. Really, really good race for RFK. I think this is probably one of their best overall performances for a whole team at a non-super speedway since sometime between 06 and 08. Like it, maybe it's really, really impressive.
I mean, Roush they had some decent. Yeah, 08's actually a good cutoff.
But as an entire team,
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
You can maybe squeeze 09 in there. They had Biffle. They still had
the Biffle Kins at the Edwards. Like they were popping off really good races since until 2012. I feel like, but that's besides the point. Sorry, Throwback weekend. But speaking of Biffle, they had the Greg Biffle Throwback schemes, and Mike Joy
cool.
He kind of compared it to, or I'm comparing it to 2024, like Hendrick, the ruby red cars at Martinsville.
Yeah,
because it's like you put all this effort, have the special paint schemes and stuff. You're putting a lot of effort into this. It's already a track that you're already good at. Yeah, you're going to come out here and you're going to perform. And we mentioned RFK and how fast they were at Las Vegas last week, and they followed up with a even better performance at Darlington. I didn't expect RFK to be that like fast, like for all three cars to be that fast. Like if it's just Brad, it's like, okay, yeah, it's Brad. It's Darlington, higher horsepower, more tire wear. Yeah, of course Brad Keselowski's going to know how to drive it. But for Ryan Preece and Chris Buescher to follow up with that's a really good week for this team. I'll be curious to see if they keep this up with the regular season.
Well, remember a year ago, Brad was like 30th in points at this point a year ago. And much, much better start to the year for him overall. And this is a good sign of things to come. And if they have this kind of performance throughout the year, if they keep getting better, all three of them could actually win a race.
I think they will, especially, again, because also, who's the strongest Ford team? Because it's like, is it kind of the 12 car? Yes. But if you look at
pit crew on the 12 ain't good.
True. But if you look at organizations, it's RFK. I mean, just in terms of the tracks and the consistency, it's RFK right now. Like, yeah,
I mean,
Penske still probably has an edge on the short tracks, but
Penske was, as a whole today, was weird. Logano was 33rd all day today. Like from the start of the race was 33rd.
that might
Didn't have
be.
anything go wrong.
I don't think he's ran that bad since like. I don't think he's ever run that bad, even when he was in the 20 car. Like to run 33rd.
Like he's had a lot of days where he runs like 20th or something all day.
Right.
30th?
33 laps down, like off the pace.
Like not even like wrecked, just slow.
Nothing bad happened. They just were slow. Like that's weird for a team to be off that much. They won at Darlington, not even like what, 4 years ago? Like,
yeah,
it's really weird.
Something that's really cool. We'll go back to Roush in a second, but Logano's bad day, that actually matters. When we talk about points, Logano is 16th in points now. He dropped a lot of positions because of this awful day. So it actually matters, and it could matter later. But to go back to Roush, we have a Patreon comment from Edward. RFK, wow, they've come a long way. Again, bad timing for the 17, but dang, Brad just couldn't match the speed Reddick had. And yeah, just Brad, I think Reddick at the end there, he was one of the last ones to pit. And that's really was what made the difference there. It was really cool seeing tire wear matter in a NASCAR race. That was awesome. But Brad managing to get around Briscoe earlier in that last run, I'm like, man, Brad might actually pull this off. But the tires managed to make a bigger difference for Reddick at the end.
Yeah, and Brad, I was just looking at his career earlier on Racing Reference. I was just, because I made a comment to you that he's running like it's 2012 right now. I was like, what were Brad's best seasons? And I was just looking at his average finishes. The current average finish he has right now in the first 6 races is his 5th best of all of his career. And it's the best in RFK, in his RFK era. Because he hasn't been this competitive and fast since 2020 when he was in the championship 4 with Penske and stuff. Just, of course, small sample size. We'll see if he keeps it up. The tire difference for Reddick, because Brad had a tire advantage for a little bit because he actually pitted like on the last caution. But then they pitted like way early, I feel like, while the 45 team was just kind of splitting the rest of the stage in half, which mathematically checks out, makes sense. And yeah, he won the race. So I like to see a old school kind of NASCAR race decided by pit stops, green flag runs, because it was 40 laps to go, and I'm like, so is Reddick going to be able to catch him? It was a question. He obviously did, but you weren't so sure of it.
And shout out to Kevin Harvick for nailing that call that Reddick was going to be a threat at the end there and was the fastest car. He kept saying that over and over. And I was like, okay, Kevin, I'll believe it when I see it. But he was right. That's exactly what happened.
That's right. Kevin's smart. If Kevin says it, you can trust it. Clint's just like, I don't know, man. Brad, he's got a huge lead.
Yeah. Well, Chris Buescher, we talked about him a little bit. Mike Joy kept calling him the grinder. Input the grinder notification noise here. Where did that come from?
Mike.
The grinder.
Like, it was fine when, like, Harvick used to describe Buescher as, someone who grinds things out. Like, that makes sense. That makes sense in my mind. Like, you're on the grind, like the video game grind. Like, you're grinding, you're trying to get positions, you're trying to get points. I get that. And then Mike's like, oh, that's cool, Kevin. So we can call him the grinder. It's like, no, this is the Michael Waltrip twink thing all over again. Nope. Someone needs to give Mike an out there. Be like, how about we call him this instead? Something that's not grinder.
Yeah. I don't know what to say. Why did no one after commercial break be like, let's not. Hey, Mike. Are there just no gay people there? Does anyone not know a single gay person?
No, there's no it's Fox. You really think a gay person works for Fox?
Someone closeted being like, let's not.
Baby, I don't think Fox hires gay people. There's no way. They are the most unwoke like broadcaster, right? Like, what are you doing? The AI commercial? Like,
they do love their AI. They do.
Yeah.
Anyway, shout out to the grinder, Chris Buescher.
The NASCAR Grinder series.
Do you think Chris Buescher would get a lot of likes on Grinder?
He seems like one of those weird guys you'd see on there.
Chris is a nice guy. He didn't get a sticker today. I thought he was going to get a sticker today.
When Reddick, you can't make this up. So what? Buescher was leading, and then when Reddick was pitting, Reddick didn't like wave off or anything, and just like deja vu 2 years ago, and Reddick kind of put the 17 into the wall. It's like, it's weird that this happened twice, isn't it?
Yeah, deja vu, the sequel. We talked about Blaney. His pit crew is just terrible. Do you have anything else to say about Blaney? Because that isn't our doc. We kind of brushed across it earlier.
I found Ryan's radio kind of interesting in terms of, I mean,
he didn't his team that they got to clean it up.
He didn't sugarcoat it. Like, he wasn't mean or anything. He just like, guys, we cannot afford mistakes like this. And this is like, after stage one, it's still pretty early in the race. He still recovered, but he didn't recover to ever really get the lead back. And that kind of, they can't do this all season, right? If you're going to be this inconsistent, there are problems that, you got 20 weeks until the playoffs start, but you're also giving up points now. Like, yes, you're still second in points, but if you really want to chase down Tyler Reddick and win the regular season championship, having mistakes like this is not going to help.
Yeah.
Not going to close the gap. So,
no, I agree. Blaney still finished third despite all the horrors today. Spire finished pretty well today. They had 2 cars in the top 10 with Carson Hocevar with his late charge and Daniel Suarez also in the top 10. Petra, remember Jesse says Spire finished well, so maybe stirring up some controversy causes drivers to race better.
Yeah. In fact,
a lot of people
all of the messy drivers are running good.
A lot of people were talking about the whole Dale Earnhardt comparisons because that was our title a few weeks ago. And then that's like that conversation's continued. And I guess Chili's wanted to do a Dale Earnhardt scheme, and it does not match their color scheme, which is surprising. And I guess Carson said, he doesn't like the comparisons, which good for him.
Really?
Yeah.
I found it fitting today because he ran an old school race and he finished good and he was fast, just like Dale Earnhardt. Dale Earnhardt did not always have dramatic races. Sometimes he was just fast. Like, that's kind of the day Carson Hocevar had. But I have noticed a lot of the messy drivers have been running good these past few weeks, like Ty Gibbs, Spire as a whole, Daniel Suarez. They've been running pretty fast.
Is that why Kyle Busch isn't good anymore? Because he's not messy anymore?
You lose about 10 horsepower, yes.
He's not as mad as he used to be either.
He just doesn't care anymore. I mean, if he was mad about everything,
he's retiring. He's done.
To be fair, if he was mad about everything in an RCR car, then he would have mental health problems more than he already does. So it's like he's taking care of his mental health right now. I'm serious.
Self-care.
He's self-care. He's like, I can't care because if I do, it's not gonna be good. Yeah, I'm gonna lose even more hair. He's gonna go bald, completely bald.
Oh, is he gonna pull a Joey?
Joey Logano invented being bald. Wait. He's gonna pull a Matt Weaver.
Speak of bald men, not Matt Weaver. He was in the news this week. But did you see Daniel Hemrick's bald now?
I did.
Oh, do you like it?
Yeah, he was fine.
Yeah. Well, Hendrick Motorsports still winless this year. Obviously, Toyota's won 5 of the 6 races, but Hendrick has not won a race yet this year. And we have 2 comments about
sound the alarms.
Patreon member Phil says, "What happened to Hendrick? I figured they would be better at Darlington." And Patreon member Blake says, "Bummer of a day for the 5. Did enough to minimize the damage with stage points, but it still hurts." And Larson is 10th in points right now.
Yeah, weird. Just like something broke in stage. I forgot what specifically it was with like 10 laps to go, but something in the rear end of the car was just broke. I think it was a toe link. Did Kyle hit the wall? I don't even remember what happened. I remember Fox confirmed it, but I was like half listening because I was doing something, but not ideal. And the theme of this season for Kyle Larson is you need 2 points race. This is not points racing.
People got so mad at us last time we said that. It's like, yeah, he won under this format Like if we ran it last year, he would have won with it last year. And he has no problems with it or whatever. He can't have days like this. If he hit the wall and, like it's Darlington, you're going to hit the wall at Darlington. But I mean, like these things happen to him a lot. I'm just saying.
A toe link broke. So is that from contact though? He must have hit the wall. How does the toe? I think a toe link's only gonna break if you hit the wall. So he must have hit the wall or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
God.
Well, Hendrick Motorsports, that is interesting. I don't remember seeing Chase Elliott much today. Justin Allgaier was filling in for Bowman, and I don't remember seeing him at all.
Yeah, Byron was always
up there.
Eighth place.
Like
he was always
low top 10. And this is a track where Byron's dominated before.
The spring race, especially, like he should have won like the last 3 or 4 spring races in a row almost.
And then he was just kind of irrelevant today.
Yeah.
Like, am I concerned for Hendrick? No, they're still up there, but it is interesting.
Ways. Like, I know the Chevy body is new, but I don't think it's going to. I mean, their performance hasn't been that awful. Again, I think a lot of it is just individual team stuff, like the 5 team just losing on the handling and stuff. And as the race went on, it's Hendrick Motorsports. They're going to work through the issues. They are going to be the best Chevy team, but
they'll figure it out.
Then again, it's like Spire having an overall better day than Hendrick today is like, kind of interesting to me.
Yeah.
It's to be noted. Doesn't happen every week. Darlington, it being it's technically a brand new package for this racetrack, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's going to, the results are going to get shaken up a little bit. Hendrick just missed it. Kind of like how the 22 team just missed it. There's going to be teams that just miss it. So when we come back in the fall, and I remember Hendrick wasn't really good here in the 500 either, actually. They weren't good here.
I think our episode thumbnail for that was like, is it time to panic or something?
Yeah. So maybe Hendrick's just missing something on Darlington. And Kyle Larson also has a curse here at the spring race. Like he's always just wrecked or something. I mean, like
he made more laps this year than last year. Last year he made like 2 laps or something.
The one good race he had in the spring was 2021, but he like lost to Truex late. So it's just one of those things.
Well, what did we think of the rules package at Darlington? Because I enjoyed this race. It was a pretty standard race, but you had tire wear, you had comers and goers. I really enjoyed it. This was a very pure race fans race.
It certainly didn't make it worse. And I think, I don't know, we've seen a lot of aero blocking and it being hard to pass at Darlington.
Yeah.
Before, but it also has been soothed by like long green flag runs and tire cycles being different. Like, so we didn't see anything new today, but there still was like fast cars could get up through the field, but then it's like Blaney had trouble getting up through the field. It took him a whole stage to make up all the track position he lost. While Reddick could just kind of climb out back through the field. So it's better. And honestly, I think it's good enough to where it's like, I can't think of any moments today where there was like egregious aero blocking besides, I guess, Buescher on, was it Buescher trying to pass Keselowski for stage 2, I believe, the stage 2 win.
Yeah. But I think he was also trying to be really careful and not wreck each other.
And Darlington's just, aero blocking's bad at Darlington because it's really narrow. Like, I still think the product at a track like Las Vegas would be massively improved if you run higher horsepower. So,
well, let's read some Patreon comments, and I think they agree with you. Patreon member Finley simply says the new rules package is a big thumbs up, and Patreon member Dirt says, God, NASCAR is just so damn good this year. Hell yeah is the slogan for the year, and every race has given me something to say hell yeah about. They're moving in the right direction. Let's just go 750 horsepower everywhere with the reduced diffuser.
See, I don't know why they don't just do that. We should really just have 750 everywhere. And my, what I was wondering too is, did you see the little Larry Mack graphic with the diffuser? Like,
I did not, I don't think.
Okay. Well, it just looks a little bit better. Like, it's also a little awkward looking because there's only like 2 like streaks on it, but
sorry,
it's just it's fine. That is kind of what NASCAR is about. Like, I feel like it's funny we get rid of the throwback paint schemes, but it's like we had such a throwback style race. NASCAR's kind of in a little bit of a, we're going back to what you used to do, a throwback point system, right? Like, yeah, throwback paint schemes are gone, but NASCAR as a whole is throwing it back and, you know, doing what made them so great in the past. And it's kind of poetic that we bring that up this weekend.
I agree. And I think Nashville's going to be a really interesting race.
Yeah, because they also have the higher horsepower. Nashville, Gateway could be a lot better.
Gateway should be a lot better.
And there's going to be, I mean, you know, Dover should be better. Dover.
I ain't watching that. That's during Indy 500 qualifying.
I forgot. I'm sorry. I forgot that it wasn't a points race. Sorry.
Yeah, that race
I forgot it wasn't a
No one's
points
watching
race.
that. So
I was still, in my mind, it was still a points race.
For the record, we're probably not talking about that race. That's during Indy 500 qualifying. There's better things to do.
It doesn't mean anything. So
yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I really like this. I'm hoping that this is a test to maybe put it on the mile and a half, or maybe even just one of the mile and a half. Just try it.
Yeah. Darlington definitely needed it though, because it just needed something. The track was too narrow. That's the problem with all those like smaller tracks. It's just not as wide. That's why Dover struggled, because it's just hard to find.
New Hampshire should be fun. New Hampshire.
Yeah. New Hampshire was already pretty
good, but
yeah, it's going to help New Hampshire a lot too. It's going to help every single track. That's the thing about it. It's not going to make any of the tracks worse.
Yeah.
I think people are worried that it's going to make the mile and a half worse because it's going to spread the field out. But it's like, maybe we need that.
Well, more lap traffic.
Yeah. I think that's actually what you want. It doesn't need to be pack racing, but
yeah,
whatever.
So do you have the points graphic ready to go?
It's not pretty, but it's here. Show. There it is. All right. And I will make that prettier. There we go. And guess who's leading the points?
Tyler Reddick, still the points leader by an even larger margin, 95 points over Ryan Blaney. And then Bubba Wallace falls to third. He was in one of the crashes early on. He finishes toward the bottom of the field. He's still third, 120 back. Denny Hamlin minus 122 and Chase Elliott minus 131. That no surprises there. All three of our winners this year in the top four in points.
Yeah. The biggest mover being Austin Cindric's kind of interesting. I guess he got
good day for Austin Cindric. He finished fifth in this race. And then as I look down toward the cut line, as I mentioned earlier, Logano, 16th in points now. SVG is 15th. He is only 1 point ahead of Logano.
Logano being on the cut line is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, is this like 2017 where he just misses the chase?
That'd be crazy. I mean, we are in an even year.
That's the thing. It's an even year. There's no Mickey Mouse format to fall back on, though. And the even year trend has only happened in that format, too, by the way. So, like.
And then just below the cut line, you have McDowell, Allmendinger, Zane Smith, and Ross Chastain. As you mentioned, Austin Cindric and Chase Briscoe, they're 21st, 22nd. Briscoe ran really well in the race, but then he just faded at the end there.
He had like tire issues too. Or wasn't he really slow? Remember? He was like really slow. He had like a tire going down or something.
Yeah.
Because he was like hitting the wall and stuff and like dropping spots. Let's see, where did he finish? He finished 12th. Yeah, he must have like found the limit of his tire, because he was running like, I want to say in the top 5 or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's at least, I mean, he's got his points hole to climb out of, and +4 today is great. He's going to get back in the chase, no problem. But still, you know, you don't want to lose any more points than you already have if you're the 19 team.
And if we go back up into the top 10, William Byron is 6th, Chris Buescher is 7th. Then it's Bell, Kozlowski, Larson ran at the top 10. It's kind of a very dynamic point structure we have right now. Like, it's guys, because it actually matters now. It's just really interesting following the points. Like Chris Buescher being 7th, we knew this format would benefit someone like him, but 7th feels like a really good start to the year for the 17.
It gives everything context. Like, it's like we say Spire is really good right now, and it's like, dude, almost all 3 of their cars are in the chase. Yeah, that's really good. Who would have said that all 3 of their cars would be fighting for chase spots? Like, we were talking that like, oh, Hocevar probably will. But
yeah, I mean, and Hocevar's 13th.
Like, it gives context to everything. We don't have to argue who the best driver is. Like, obviously, it'd be easy to say Reddick anyways because of all his wins, but it's like, no, the math backs it up. You just look at the points. Who's the best driver this year? Whoever has the most points. Now, of course, the chase reset, whatever. But it's just been really fun to follow the season so far. And again, it's like Kyle Larson being 10th in points. It's like, okay, but you're Kyle Larson. 10th? That's like if Alex Palou was 10th in points.
Right.
Like, it's not, we got to get up there, bro.
One other thing, I'm looking toward the bottom of the list here. Riley Herbst is higher in points than I thought he was. He was actually running like 15th today, which is really good for the 35 car. He got spun out by Connor Zilisch, apparently, and was very mad about that.
Fair. I would be too.
But
I would be too.
And I'm looking even further down the list. Josh Berry is 32nd. That is rough.
They're throwing back to when they were slow.
Remember last year?
They're throwing back to Harrison Burton. No, they're throwing back to Harrison Burton.
Harrison Burton. You remember last year? Barry won Vegas and early season. We're like, man, we could see Barry go on to maybe win a few races and compete for a championship.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
And then remember when he was at this track and he wrecked on the first lap? Like,
I do.
In the playoffs, like, John Wood was on the. What was it? I think he was on DBC last week, and
I didn't listen.
Talk about much. I'm just bringing it up, but
okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're not Penske, but they are Penske, so I don't really know what to say about that. But then it's like Logano has days like he had today.
Yeah,
I mean, Penske still wasn't really consistent outside of the 12 car, and if you want to call that consistent.
Yeah. Well, we can move on from the points there, and let's talk about one more thing with Darlington. Zach, do you miss having an official throwback weekend? Because this is the first year we don't officially have one since they started it.
Yeah, and I was kind of torn on it because I love the idea of throwback weekend as someone who just loves paint schemes, and I've made my own like throwback paint schemes the past 2 years on iRacing. I've had a lot of fun with it, but I've kind of warmed up to the idea of, you know what, we didn't need it anymore. Teams were running out of ideas. A lot of sponsors weren't doing them. The teams weren't really doing them anyways. Yeah. And I was always of the mindset of like, I think we can keep throwback weekend, but it's like, we don't need to shame the teams that don't do it. We need to just appreciate the teams that still do it.
Yeah.
And I like how this year, yes, technically throwback weekend, it's no longer, but there were still teams running throwbacks. Specifically RFK all running Biffle throwbacks. And that has extra special meaning considering that we just lost Greg Biffle in the offseason. And the two of the front row cars, Hocevar. So it was only like 6 cars. It wasn't a lot. Yeah. I would have loved to see some others. And that's where I'm kind of torn on it. Cause it's like, man, I bet the 5 team was going to run like a Kyle Busch throwback, or maybe they were saving that for like when he would retire or something. But like a Kyle Busch Kellogg's throwback would have been cool in the 5 car for me.
Right.
Zane Smith ran an Elliott Sadler throwback.
This one irks me, you guys. This one annoys me.
Why does it annoy you, Alex?
Zane Smith had an Elliott Sadler throwback, right? Elliott Sadler drove the 38 car. Zane Smith is in the 38 car. But
so he had an M&M's throwback, Alex?
No. Elliott Sadler drove for the Wood Brothers. And Zane Smith had a Wood Brothers Elliott Sadler car from 2000 as their throwback. Looks great. It was a great throwback.
Yeah.
You're driving the 38 car.
Well, the Wood Brothers aren't here anymore to run it themselves, except they are. So, that's so dumb.
You're doing an Elliott Sadler throwback in his number, and you're doing a Sadler throwback in when he's doing a 21 car. Listen.
What was his sponsor?
I was so confused.
Was his sponsor like related to Citgo or something?
I don't know. And look, it probably didn't make sense for whoever the sponsor was to do M&Ms. I understand that, but it's still just like, really, really. I don't know. It looked good.
Lubricants. Let me see if it's
lubricants. What are you looking up?
It's Mystic. I don't know if it's related to Citgo. I think it is.
Oh,
yes.
I don't know.
Citgo is like. I think it's I think it's a sponsor thing. I think the sponsor is like, let's throw back to our sister or father company.
Okay.
I think that's what it was. It's a little stupid. If you want to see an Elliott Sadler M&M's throwback, Dreamy Zack Design on Instagram.
Good plug. Yeah, Dreamy Zack Design on Instagram.
And it's a gay racing podcast sponsor, so no issues. And it looks like the M&Ms. And Alex is
Miss
on
Green. I'm
and
Green
Alex
M&M.
is Miss Green. He's got sunglasses and everything, and he's serving. He's absolutely serving on the quarter panel.
I did not understand why you used a picture of me with sunglasses on until I saw the car you were basing it off. Oh, yes. I was like, oh my God, that's amazing.
Alphaba, why couldn't you stay calm for once? Because you're green.
And you were the yellow M&M.
I was on the side, sideways, screaming. So
of course.
I almost put because there's a red one on the back on the real car, but I didn't feel like doing it, so I just put a red circle.
Who would that
on our
be?
logo. That's a thing. Unless I put myself twice.
Yeah.
But I could, but I didn't really want to face, because then like if someone's behind me, it's just awkward because they're just staring at me the whole time.
That is a little weird. Yeah.
And I wanted the logo to be clearly on the back, so.
Yeah, there's more schemes that I would like to see, and I think eventually, we'll still keep seeing throwback schemes, because I mean Logano had one to Scott McLaughlin during the Phoenix weekend, and I think this allows teams to do throwback schemes outside of Darlington if they want to.
When it's more special and impactful for them. At like, for example, if Denny Hamlin and maybe other drivers throw back to Denny when he's retiring at Martinsville because it's near the end of the year, I think that would be really cool.
Yeah.
If kind of like the year like Kevin Harvick was retiring and a lot of people did Kevin Harvick throwbacks, well, maybe if everyone did that at different tracks, or if, I don't know, like team anniversaries, like kind of like maybe when Hendrick has their next 5-year anniversary. So like when it's their 45th or their 50th anniversary in like 9 years or 8 years, they could run throwbacks then. You know, it could be the 4 drivers that won the most championships or something, right? Someone runs Jimmy Johnson, could be at Martinsville. That'd be cool, right? So, because throwbacks aren't going away, right? I think it's not being limited to Darlington, but still welcomed at Darlington. I like that still. I still.
And I think this could open the door, maybe not, to some throwbacks at North Wilkesboro.
True. Because if, you know, again, if a team has a special thing, like we're not going to see as much, but it kind of makes it more special. But I'm still going to miss seeing it every year because it was like guaranteed, like, oh, this is going to be awesome. Because there was always, as bad as Throwback Weekend got, there were always still bangers.
And they're still bringing out like a bunch of Hall of Famers. Like you had Kurt Busch and Harry Gant doing the command today.
Darrell Waltrip doing Boogity Boogity.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
And we'll talk about that in the tea, but did you know that IMSA is having a throwback weekend at Laguna Seca?
I did not. That's cool.
They are. And it's funny because at Sebring, Porsche Penske had like a throwback livery to like their Mobile One Porsches in the 1990s. But anyways, IMSA's having like a legit throwback weekend at Laguna Seca. Teams are very encouraged to run throwback schemes.
Cool.
And, you know, I don't know what teams are going to run rut because it's like sports cars history. But then you think about it deeper and you're like, oh, it's a lot of sports car history to go through. So while NASCAR is stopping it, IMSA's like, okay, we'll pick it up. So I find that interesting. I've always wanted IndyCar to maybe try it, but like that.
I'd love for IndyCar to do it either at the Indy Road Course, or I've heard some people float Gateway as an option for that.
No, they should do Milwaukee because Milwaukee's like old. I think. Yeah, Milwaukee, because it's like the oldest oval ever.
Yeah, don't do it for the Indy 500. That'd be kind of weird.
But then some teams do it anyway.
Some
it's like
teams
the Indy 500. If it's a special thing.
Like the Yellow Submarine itself is basically a
that's like the Wood Brothers running a throwback every week. It's like, you know, cool.
Yeah. Speak of IMSA, Zach, you are going to do a little bonus episode with our friend Avery H.
Yes, the 12 hours of Sebring was this weekend, and if you're looking for conversation about that, I'm going to have our good friend Avery H on for a special little IMSA episode. It might already be up by the time you're listening to this, so check the Gay Racing Podcast feed, check our YouTube channel. It's up, or it will be up soon, so subscribe so you don't miss it. But just so, because Alex is we're recording on Sunday night, and we don't need to talk about Sebring, and I want to queen out with Avery. Because Alex was also working. Alex was also working Saturday, and he didn't get to watch a lot of the race. So me and Alex are going to me and Avery are going to queen out about IMSA and sports car racing, and the WEC season's coming up, so it's going to be a fun episode. So check that out. Yeah,
awesome. We'll look forward to that. Waiting. Speak of throwbacks, we haven't had Avery on the pod in a while. Darrell Waltrip was in the booth. You kind of briefly mentioned it. He did his boogity boogity boogity, and then he left. He didn't.
They were like, Darrell, do you want to stay? It'll be so fun. And Darrell's like, nah,
I'm out of here.
I mean, he did stay, but like, I was like, oh, he's actually leaving.
Well, I think he tried to leave. I think he actually did. I think he did try to leave and like, no, you should stay, because then I don't know if it was intentional, but he eventually was like, guys, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna go to the infield. I'm gonna go watch in the infield.
The Fox producers were holding him hostage. I bet they're like, Darrell, you agreed to be here for like at least another 30 minutes. And Darrell's probably too old. And he was like, what? I thought you said 30 seconds.
30
I
seconds.
thought you wanted me to just say boogity boogity and get out.
By the way, he ate up the boogity boogity boogie.
It sounded like he never left. Because he got on there. Listen, he gets on the TV screen and I'm just like, I texted you. He's like, damn, he's kind of old. Mm-hmm. He's just more wrinkly. Even his voice, he was just kind of talking more like an old person. Just, I don't know how to describe it. It's just like, all that. Not as bad as when he lost his voice. But then he says boogity boogity, and it's just like, oh my God, it's like made him sound 30 years younger.
It did. Yeah.
I mean, when you do something that many times, you must just be able to do it.
And look, so good. It's really special to get that. We don't get it very often anymore. It's not even a yearly thing anymore for Darrell to do that. Yeah. So it was really cool.
I'm glad Fox
I like seeing
gave us it. And if anyone was complaining about Darrell Waltrip being on my TV, I need you to chill out, because listen, he's more tolerable than Clint Boyer. Clint Boyer is so annoying. I think that's why Darrell Waltrip wanted to leave the booth, because he's like, oh, hell no. This guy's going to give me a headache, and I didn't take my Tylenol. I didn't take my medicine.
So apparently, according to Patreon member Jesse, DW did the grid walk with Michael Waltrip. I did not watch pre-race. I try not to watch pre-race anymore. But apparently, DW did that. And I find that hilarious. Patreon member Jesse did not, though, because Jesse said, even with DW there, it seemed like I was watching two senior citizens fumble around through traffic. Good grief.
Okay, but Darrell is still my favorite Waltrip brother, and I'd rather see him on my TV than Michael.
Yeah.
Like, Darrell Waltrip was not one of the worst two people on that Fox broadcast. Maybe even top three. I'm trying to think of someone else that's really insufferable.
Man, when DW and Larry were like debating about something with like pit strategy,
it was like four tires.
This is taking me back.
Well, Larry, I really want you to make me faster on both ends of the track. And Larry was like, oh, I know you do, Darrell. I know you do.
Good times. Good times.
And let me show you the trends. God, that was literally... God, I love that. Mike, see, they should have just told Kevin to take the week off. Or, you know how they have the drivers only broadcast? Make Kevin and Larry switch spots. Since Kevin wants to wear glasses and all that and be smart. And then they can have Clint doing the grid walk with Michael Waltrip, which is what he should be doing anyways. That's what Clint should be hanging out with Chris Myers.
Yeah.
Jamie McMurray should be in the booth.
I agree. Yeah.
I just solved Fox right there. I don't know why it took us so long to solve it.
No, literally. Yeah. Good thing. It was good to see Darrell again.
It was good. Feel good. I miss him.
Well, let's shift gears to a less happy topic. Daniel Dye, the Truck Series driver, was indefinitely suspended by both NASCAR and Colleague for mocking David Malukas in a homophobic way.
On Whatnot, which is like, I've been getting so many ads about Whatnot. Apparently, it's like a platform where you stream like trading card openings and you can sell it. It's something that straight men must really love.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I think it is kind of that space where it's like, I don't know. I don't know if it's a queer friendly space.
I mean, apparently it's not.
Apparently not anymore. What makes it really awkward is I believe it was on, I don't know if it was on Brent Cruz's channel. I think it was on like Brent Cruz's channel, and he was there. Brent Cruz kind of removed himself from the situation when it was like starting on the camera. But yeah, he was apparently Daniel met David Malukas at the Phoenix weekend or something like that.
Well, he had no idea who he was, and he was just mocking him for David Malukas' voice, which that's beside the point. But I'm just like, this is so weird. Like, why
Well,
do you hate Malukas so much?
we'll
I
get to
don't.
the homophobia, but like what made Daniel look really stupid, he's talking about the conversation and he asked David if IndyCar. Oh, well, no, because he thought David Malukas ran MX5.
Yeah.
He didn't think he'd never mind because he asked him if they ran ovals, but he didn't realize he was an IndyCar driver, so never mind.
Just really weird. But he goes in and just starts mocking David's voice using what you would call a gay voice. And it obviously just rampantly homophobic.
Yeah.
And the guys who he had on his stream were like awkwardly laughing, and then Brent Cruz just got up and left. And there were other clips that popped up that I did not watch, but I guess Brent Cruz stayed for that.
Yeah, there was like
just gross.
It just got worse, and then it's like they made references to, you know.
So let's cut to the chase here, though. NASCAR made the right decision to indefinitely suspend him. Obviously, these are insensitive comments. They went
woke, Alex. They went woke. They're trying to make it so that people feel invited to watch their sport. They're woke. Like, bro, like, so even if you are like a bigot, like, dude, it's 2026. Mm-hmm. They can't just like let that slide.
But here's the thing, Zach. The response to this, calling it, he was just joking around. And a lot of people went further to say he did nothing wrong. He's right. And there were a lot of comments being like, you know, gay people shouldn't be watching NASCAR, saying crazy things.
That's like the thing. That. It's like, and so innocent, and then it just empowers the actual like really bad stuff that people say about queer people.
Daniel Dye put out an apology, and you can like it, dislike it, however you feel. I don't personally care about his apology. I don't think it was good or bad. It was a PR statement. I understand.
That's the thing. It's not an apology. It's a PR statement.
Yeah. But like, show me your actions. I don't know if he has gay friends. I don't care. Show me your actions after this. But the response to all this is my problem. And that is why our podcast, Zach, is very important. And I'm hoping that there can be more safe queer spaces in the racing world. That's why I like Prismatic Motorsports. They have a whole space for trans people that are into racing and iRacing. That is fantastic. We're the Gay Racing Podcast. We have a space for just LGBTQ individuals to just talk about racing.
For gay people to talk about racing. Because again, there are people that believe that gay people should not be watching NASCAR, that gay people are somehow ruining NASCAR. Because now NASCAR's woke.
I don't even use Twitter that much anymore, and I had people tweeting at me being like, just saying the most horrendous shit. And like, do I care? No.
Right.
But it's just like,
people think
the only thing I said is that I'm gay. And the people are just freaking the hell out at me.
Yeah.
Like that just shows a lot that there's so much work to be done, and spaces like ours and what Prismatic have and other spaces are just so important.
And it's why we need a show about NASCAR, and it's in the style of Heated Rivalry. That's why we need that.
No,
if
literally.
Daniel Dye, I bet if Daniel Dye watched Heated Rivalry, he would have never said those comments. Everyone, we're quiet. Is that the sensitivity training? The sensitivity training should just be, you have to watch the entire season of Heated Rivalry, and then you have to answer a quiz at the end.
Do you see how much these sad gay people go through? Do you feel bad?
I can't. Okay, the best things that come out of this week, though, is David Malukas needs to respond with "Who is Daniel Dye?" and then log off. I wanted to see that so bad. If he wasn't at Team Penske, woo.
I don't think you're ever going to get a response out of him. I don't think his PR people would allow that.
They don't even want to open that door.
Which I don't think he needs to.
You think Roger was like, I heard about you on the news. Is this true? That'd be awful.
Oh my God.
Roger. God.
In all seriousness, hope everyone's okay after that whole social media explosion.
It was a war zone.
Don't use Twitter. That's why I barely am on that app. But I said something. I said a couple things because I felt like it was important to speak up on.
Just a couple things.
And that's why I just don't use that site, because it's filled with horrendous people like that. But anyway, long story short, NASCAR did the right thing. And hopefully Daniel Dye learned something from that.
He is young and stupid.
Yeah. And Speak of being young, people
And
were
stupid.
really, really ragging on Brent Cruz here. Brent Cruz is 17 years old.
That's true. Like, it's hard to let anyone under the age of 18 take accountability.
I mean,
like,
Brent
you
Cruz
can,
turns 18 like in a couple of days, right? I looked this up for
Right.
this discussion. And
but that is the cutoff.
he is just so young, and I don't expect a 17-year-old or an 18-year-old, 19-year-old to really know what is right and wrong, especially when you have sponsorships and the weight of like an aspiring career ahead of you. I can't say he did anything wrong in this situation. You can disagree with me, I don't care, but people were trying to cancel this kid,
even
which I think is ridiculous.
Yeah. Even just knowing the impacts of what you say on the internet, like that's just something young people don't understand.
Well, especially
Like,
now.
Psychologically, they just do not understand that as well as older people. Like,
yeah,
that's why Daniel Dye is saying that stuff on a live stream, because he thinks it's just a few of him and his buddies watching. But no, it's like all it took was someone random on Twitter to just post that clip until people, like actual important people, saw it.
Yeah,
because that was recorded during the Phoenix race and didn't come out until like Wednesday or something
like that.
Like, there were a few days where it's like no one talked about it, so I just find that kind of interesting.
Yep. Well, let's move on to fantasy. NASCAR was at Darlington, of course. Zach, you won. You had Blaney, who finished 3rd. I had Hamlin, who finished 11th. So going into Martinsville, it is 2-4. You have the lead. So I get to pick first. And I'm taking a page from your book. I'm taking Ryan Blaney.
At Martinsville?
In the spring. I know.
See, that's... I don't know about that.
Well, who won Phoenix in the spring? A race he doesn't normally win in the spring. Blaney.
That is a good point.
And also, he has advanced auto parts.
The advanced auto parts buff?
It's over.
It is over. He normally runs Menards in the spring race.
I know.
Ooh, advanced auto parts. He has one in that scheme a lot. Like at Iowa, he won. At Daytona, he won in it. Well, I'm going to pick Denny Hamlin. I'm going to take a page out of your book.
So we're trading. All right.
Because he's just so solid at Martinsville in the springtime, especially.
I did think about Denny, but I'm like, I'm going to go with Blaney this time.
And, Toyota's been winning all these races. So it's like, why stop now?
Yeah.
What other Toyota drivers are going to Martinsville? Bell, but I guess Bell's probably a decent pick, but
I'd pick Reddick before Bell right now.
I don't know. Reddick's... I had one of my Splatoon friends text me to watch NASCAR, and he was like, Reddick's going to win another 3 in a row. This is like, okay, he could actually.
He could. So moving on, IndyCar is at Barber Motorsports Park in Alabama. To remind you, I've won all 3 races this year in IndyCar. So, Zach, it is 9-0.
Oh, I didn't need the reminder, but thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Who do you have for this?
Georgina.
Give
her a wheel and a helmet, and she will. No,
she may have died on the racetrack, but you know what? She's gonna come back. She's still hanging up there. She's gonna fall into one of those cars and take it home.
She's going to fall into Alex Palou's car, and she's going to take the checkered flag.
So wait.
Could you imagine?
So your pick is Georgina in the 10 car. The 10 car?
Alex Palou. No, it's Alex. Yes, it's Alex Palou. Georgina will be a part of it. Okay. She will fall into the cockpit of Alex Palou.
What if she's hanging onto the rear wing?
How much drag is that? Hey, IndyCar doesn't have a Larry Mack. God. Hey,
damn.
Hey, Larry, how much drag is that? Guys, I don't have this in my notebook.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Oh, Georgina, that was 2 years ago. Oh
wow. I'm gonna go with this teammate Scott Dixon.
Okay, Uncle Dixon.
I would go with Kirkwood, but he hasn't been as good on the actual traditional road courses.
Yeah, that will be interesting to see, because that's like Penske hasn't really been either.
Yeah,
even though Scott McLaughlin's kind of been hanging up.
See, I thought about McLaughlin, but I'm feeling it's gonna be a Ganassi, probably Palou.
Alex Palou wins at Barber like a lot. Like, when was the last time he has not won at Barber? I feel like
McLaughlin won it recently there, right?
Yeah, I think he did. But Palou wins at Barber a lot. Like his first win for Ganassi was there.
Maybe his first win in general. I think that was Barber.
I think it was 2021 Barber, yeah. So good track for him. Yeah. It's a good track for him.
Well, haven't you picked Palou every week except the one week I picked him and he won?
Yes, I have picked Palou every week since the second week. And honestly, is it a bad strategy? Because he's going to... Listen, if I need to win at least 3 races to catch up to you, Palou's going to win at least 3 more races this season. Yeah. And I'm going to get to pick Palou until I catch up to you.
That's true.
I think I'm going to pick Palou every single week. Stick with Palou. Speaking of Greg Biffle, stick with Palou. I'll come up with a saying. I'll go Palou.
I'll go Palou. I like that.
I'll make it all dramatic. I'll be like, I don't know who to pick. Well, Alex, I guess I'll go Palou.
I'll go Palou.
I'll go Palou. We'll make t-shirts. We should make t-shirts. I'll go Palou.
All right. Well, thank you all for watching or listening. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube and like and all that. 5 stars on all the podcast platforms. Patreon members, thank you once again. $2 a month just to join the discussion throughout the episodes. And our $5 a month tier, people are going to get this episode early once again. And just a reminder, make sure you look out for the IMSA bonus episode with Avery and Zack. That'll be a lot of fun.
12 hours of Sebring. We're going to talk about the 12 hours of Sebring. It was a great race. Porsche Penske won again. Felipe Nasr won again.
Ooh.
But we'll talk more about that. Me and Avery will talk more about that. I was about to get into a whole spiel.
And follow us on all the socials at Gay Racing Pod, at New Gaiden, and at Zack Racing.
And we'll see you guys next week to talk about IndyCar at Barber, NASCAR at Martinsville. It's the last week of racing before Easter break. So, because I think we're going to take a week off at Easter. We'll see.
Yes, we are.
We'll see.
Yeah, I am. I don't know about you, but I am.
Cletus McFarlane is racing at Rockingham, Alex. We can't miss that. Easter weekend. Girl, you were looking around. All right, we'll see y'all next week.
Who cares? Bye.